and Point of Honor comes wide. They're into the stretch. And Jose Ortiz says, let's go, Guarana, coming down to the 8th pole, trying to hold this lead. It's now 2.5. On the outside, Point of Honor is running on in second. Guarana trying to get another 16th. Point of Honor running out of time and ground, and Guarana kicks away again. Guarana has won the Coaching Club American Oaks over Point of Honor.
All right, welcome back to Racing Rundown 2019 Pennsylvania Derby preview already in the books. Now we're moving on to the 2019 Cotillion Stakes preview, a race that is featuring the return of the leader in the pack for champion 3-year-old honors, Guarana. It also brings back Kentucky Oaks winner and Test Stakes runner-up Serengeti Empress, Fina, former Kentucky Oaks favorite, and Jaywalk champion 3-year-old filly of last year. Now this race, prior to the the scratching of maximum security, was going to be the better of these two races. The better of the Pennsylvania Derby and the Cotillion. As I already mentioned, the 4 big horses in this race: Fina, Jaywalk, Serengeti Empress, and Guarana. Guarana has not lost a race yet. She is only 3 for 3. A maiden winner. She did not run as a 2-year-old. Maiden winner. Keeneland won the Acorn Stakes over Serengeti Empress, and last time out, the Coaching Club American Oaks. Has not raced since that Coaching Club American Oaks, so it's going to exactly be 2 months off for her. So expect Guarana to run a big one in this race, and you know that's the way that I'm going to go right now with this race. Guarana, I'll just spoil it right now, but we're still going to do the preview and talk about the other horses in this race, but my pick will be Guarana. 3 for 3. Chad Brown's been winning everything, and this is a division. Chad Brown not as good with the males on the dirt, but Chad Brown as elite with the fillies on the dirt as he is with any other division of horses, specifically grass horses. So Guarana, 3 wins already, 3 for 3, undefeated. Should keep the undefeated record and move it to 4 for 4. Shifting gears towards some other horses. I'll start with the defending champion 2-year-old filly Jaywalk. Now, Jaywalk has had a very, very roller coaster year. She did not run well following her debut this year in the Devona Dale Stakes. She was 4th, beaten by a big long shot, Geltrin. She was 3rd in the Ashland Stakes and was 6th in the Kentucky Oaks prior to being disqualified to last in that race after causing one of the other horses in the Kentucky Oaks to fall. So Jaywalk has had that was the low part of her year. She came back, won the Grade 3 Delaware Oaks, and last time out she was 2nd in the Monmouth Oaks. It's been a rough go at it for the defending 2-year-old champion Jaywalk, and I really don't think, she's one of the big names in this race, but I think she's a big name. That's it. I wouldn't pick Jaywalk. I don't think she's going to do terribly well in this race. I also don't think Fina is going to do terribly well in this race either. Simon Callaghan, I have said since Fina lost the Kentucky Oaks, I was hoping that Simon would take her out to the West Coast and hide her in the 3-4 horse fields at Del Mar. Simon chose not to do that. Instead, they went to shoot for the Test Stakes. Didn't really think that was the best idea for them to do. She's won every race except for her maiden race in California. So she is right now currently riding a 6-race win streak in California. So, and the one thing that I will mention is the Breeders' Cup is returning to Santa Anita this year. So if Fina somehow does win this race, I don't think she's going to win because 3 of her 4 defeats and her last 3 losses have all come on racetracks away from California. She did not run well both times at Churchill Downs, and then I don't want to say she didn't run well in the Test Stakes, but she got beat. But if Fina can somehow get a win in this Cotillion, that's an automatic berth for the Breeders' Cup Classic, and I think her chances of winning, the Breeders' Cup Distaff, I think her chances of the Breeders' Cup Distaff go up significantly. I still don't think she's going to win because I think there's better horses than her running, but if she's able to get a win here and get that spot, she is going to be in a good position with the Breeders' Cup being at Santa Anita. The final horse of the big 4 that I talked about, is Serengeti Empress, winner of the Kentucky Oaks. Last few times out, she went very fast early in both the Acorn and the Test Stakes. Guarana actually ended up setting a stakes record in that race for 1 mile in the Acorn, and then she cut back in the Test Stakes, got beat by Covfefe. She ran a very good race, though. She was very gutty in that race. Covfefe looked like she had the race won. Then Serengeti Empress came back, and they ding-donged it down the stretch for the entire run at Saratoga in that race. And Covfefe just narrowly beat Serengeti Empress. Serengeti Empress is a very gutty horse. Actually, no. It was more like a neck, but still. Serengeti Empress, very gutty horse. I didn't lose respect for her running in that race. The one thing I'll say about this is I don't think that this is the best spot for her. It's longer than the Acorn Stakes, which she got pressured, very hot pace in that Acorn Stakes, and that's why Serengeti Empress didn't win. Now, you can say, well, she went 1 mile and an eighth in the Kentucky Oaks, so you really shouldn't be concerned about the distance factor. You have to go look back at that race. Serengeti Empress went out to the lead and didn't have any issues at all. No one was near her at all. She was able to just run her own race, and by the time she got to the stretch, she was able to hold off the late charge of Leora, and she had a lot left. I don't think that Serengeti Empress is going to get that kind of trip that she got in the Kentucky. I really don't think she'll ever get that kind of trip again. And I think cutting back in the Test Stakes was a smarter thing. I don't think stretching back out to 1 mile and 16th is going to be the best thing for this filly trained by trained by Tom Amoss, excuse me. But if that's the decision that they made. And, Serengeti Empress is still a very high-quality horse. I just don't think that Serengeti Empress is going to win this race because the distance factor is a major question mark. So those are the big 4 horses. Also, I did mention Jeltrin earlier. She is also in this race. Jeltrin, last time out, won the Catherine Sophia Stakes, which was run on the same race card as the Smarty Jones Stakes. Jeltrin has been interesting. She beat Jaywalk. She was she was third in the Mother Goose, third in the Acorn. And so she seems like the kind of horse that is part of an exacta or a trifecta, and that's probably what I would do with Jeltrin. I would stick her in at the end. I wouldn't put her second, but I would put her in a 3rd or 4th position, because that's what I think that this horse is going to do. I don't think she'll win, but she'll have some kind of price, and you'll be able to get something off of Jeltrin. Put her at the back end of your superfectas. That's the way to play Jeltrin. Another horse coming over from the Monmouth Oaks is Horologist, trained by John Mazza. She beat Jaywalk. Jaywalk is running in this race, so there is the thing there. If you like Jaywalk, because she's champion 3-year-old filly, you got a horse in here who's beaten. You've got a couple horses in here who've beaten Jaywalk, but specifically, last time out is this horse trained by John Mazza, as I said. I wouldn't pick her, but she's there if you like. And then there's a few other horses that are probably going to be at prices. You have a Fleet Destiny who was 4th in that Catherine Sophia. Sweet Sammy D, 3rd place finished in the Monmouth Oaks. And then She Makes Me Smile was 6th in that Catherine Sophia. But I really think that this race comes down to how good is Guarana going to perform off the layoff. I really don't think the layoff is going to be too much of an issue for her. She, like I already mentioned, is a very fresh horse, has only run 3 times. I think she's going to win this race. I'm not going to say she's going to roll, but she's in a very good position, and I'm really into this Daughter of Ghost Zapper. The question with Serengeti Empress is, what kind of a trip is she going to get? Is she going to be allowed to free run on the front end, or is she going to have pressure? And Bella Fina, is she going to be able to perform on a track outside of California? She has never won away from California, and I don't think she's going to win this time. And then Jaywalk, is she really the same horse from the Breeders' Cup, the same horse that she was in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile last year? And another question with Jeltrin is, can she pull off another big upset? She's already pulled off one big upset this year. Can she do it again? Those, I would say, are probably the top 5 horses in this race. Maybe you could also put Horologist in there. But my pick, like I already said, is Guarana. I will take her. And Guarana, if she wins this race, we're going to talk about this more tomorrow, though, but if Guarana, spoiler alert, wins this race, she's champion 3-year-old filly. Okay, so I will see you this weekend. We're going to do a live show for the Cotillion and the Pennsylvania Derby. So I'll see you then, and I'll see you tomorrow, or later today, actually. So thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Serengeti Empress taken on by Guarana. The two of them turned for home together after 3/4 in 108.03 seconds. Guarana has gone right by Serengeti Empress with 1 furlong to run. Serengeti Empress now switches to the outside, tries to battle back, and then it's CC in third, but it's Guarana on to another impressive outing here. Guarana 2 for 2, and she's an Acorn winner.